What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at Earth's Shadow, which is by WRF Studios. WRF Studios is kind of an interesting studio in that, like, they're sort of like Piranha Bytes, but it's like a one-man Piranha Bytes, in that they make games that definitely have kind of like these janky, crusty edges, and yet they've developed like this very, very ravenous fan base that follows like all the games they buy, all the games that come out from WRF, and they seem to be really, really big fans. So anyways, their new game, Earth's Shadow, I say there as if it's not one guy making this game. It's a single-man project, something to keep in mind for the remainder of the video. But anyways, Earth's Shadow, what is it? I can't describe it to you. Sorry, I have no idea what's going on in this game. This game is a trip. You are some kind of alien guy that looks like the Predator that has crashed his ship on an alien Deathworld where everything is trying to kill you and everything is hostile and everything has tentacles. And it is a Outriders or maybe like Returnal-style action RPG that is set in that environment with lots of shooting and looting and teleporting around using all kinds of Predator powers and stuff. And so we are going to take a look at the game today, and we are going to appraise it. And I'm going to try to give you my thoughts at the end of the video condensed, although along the way I'm going to try to make some observations, and I'm going to try to like point out things that I've noticed along the way. The game is in early access. It is not finished yet. The game is on sale right now for $15, and from the general scuttlebutt that I've heard, it's got around like 7 to 10 hours worth of gameplay. I've played like the first hour or so, and I was really on the fence about whether or not I wanted to cover it because I think there's going to be a lot of things here that I'm going to critique, but just bear in mind that I don't put anything on my channel that I don't see some level of promise in. And like the visual aspects of this game and the actual art design and the world design are quite good, so if they can get the gameplay up to snuff and match up with the aesthetic qualities of the game, I think they'll be in a very, very strong position. So anyways, without further ado, the early access is listed down below in the description. You can check that out if you wanted to take a look at the game and kind of read the Steam forums and read some of the reviews. On top of that, there will also be a link down below to my Twitch stream and my Discord in case you wanted to hang out live. But let's do this thing. We will go ahead and jump on in, and we will play the story mode. The game does have a number of different modes you can play in. There's a story mode, a survival mode, and a rogue mode. But anyways, we're going to do story mode for right now because that gives us a nice, even kind of dive on into the game. They're going to want to get a cleaner fader right here. It's gone straight into the actual like UI of the game overprinted. If the UI was gone and it was just that image in the background or like that video feed, I think it would look fine. But with the UI overlaying it, it seems like a bug almost.
I'm afraid the ship is unrepairable, sir.
Is it?
HashiCorp should send a rescue pod in a day or two, but it looks like the crash took out the ship's primary location beacon.
Alright, well I guess I can handle a couple of days here. I heard this planet has some weird rumors around it though.
Rumors?
Yeah, this planet was supposed to contain some kind of valuable ancient treasure and relic. Maybe if I can find a few of them I can retire.
Sir, that's not exactly standard protocol. And with the amount of damage on the ship, you may be forced into early retirement regardless.
Now, this malfunction was probably caused by the Corps' shoestring maintenance budget, but just to be safe, we'll follow your protocol.
To repair the ship's comm satellite, your secondary internal beacon might be strong enough to do a remote relay, but you will have to get a high enough elevation.
Alright, I'll scout the area. Stay here with the ship.
Be careful, sir. My sensors are detecting organic life forms near. Could be hostile. Also, you might want to keep an eye out for any scrap. They could be useful in putting you back together should you become damaged. Otherwise, they could delay your mission if you have to come back here for repairs.
Alright. So apparently we have a scrap icon up in the top right of the screen. This is the game right here, and the first thing you're going to notice is that the game has just a tremendously cool graphical style. Like, that's the thing that really, like, I was on the fence about this game so much because there's so much jank in here. but like they've done such a good job with the visual presence of the game. Like this is a stark, bleak game that has a very distinct look to it when you're on like this hell world that you have to survive. So there's a number of different things we can do. We can move around with Wasp, and I'm happy to report that the movement actually feels very, very good for a one-man project. The animations feel all right. The movement looks pretty good. The teleportation feels fantastic. The jumping, I think, could be tightened up a little bit. It's a little tiny bit floaty, but they've mentioned in the lore that the gravity is a little bit lower on this planet, so that may also be the reason why. We have a gun. We can shoot the gun. There it is right there. I don't know what those crystals do. I'm gonna kill them anyways because they offend me. If we right click, we can shoot like a missile thing that like spreads out and basically blows stuff up. It's really only good at a distance because of that spread. So if you try to point blank people with it, like try to shoot kind of like downwards, I guess. Otherwise you're not gonna get the full purchase. We can scan our environment. It does kind of like a cool Predator type deal. It'll tell you where all the bad guys are at. And then we've got a crouch. I haven't had to use the crouch yet except to like get through traversal like parts of the level. We have a sprint, which once again feels pretty good, and I don't really have any complaints about it. We can pick stuff up. We can heal if we have alien organs to make like alien smoothies out of. And then we also have a, I forget what's on our R key. Our R key does, I think the R key cures you of poison because poison in this game is actually pretty bad. And we're like a robot or so. Oh God, okay, yeah, that's cool. Giant Wang came out of a hole in the ground and tried to knock me the hell out. Not exactly the welcome I'm used to getting, at least when I'm not on the time clock, but you know, whatever. Apparently we also have like a big melee swing we can do right there if we really want to. Ow, hey, relax yourself, sir. Okay, so yeah, the aliens are already making hot and spicy beef with me right now. I've been shot with some kind of lightning thing. We'll try to light these dudes up. There we go. We dropped them. Apparently there's a laser mod on the ground right now. And as you can see, this game is very much an action RPG. Even straight from the beginning of the game, you're going to be seeing all kinds of guns and armor and that kind of stuff dropping on the ground. The blue balls that I'm greedily scooping on up into my inventory, the blue balls are energy. They let you shoot your missile launcher more frequently, which is the right click on your gun. I haven't seen any other abilities just yet from all the weapons I've picked up. We'll get the boots right there. This is a healing plant or something. I think it grows out of a spot where monsters die. It heals you. Our health bar is up in the top left-hand corner of the screen with our energy underneath it, and then the amount of alien organs we have to heal on the Q key and the poison cures that we have on the R key. We'll close that on down. We're supposed to be following the red arrow. That's pretty much the goal that we're working towards. But the game does give you free purchase to kind of like explore around and do whatever you want. You can go through the level, you can dither, you can fight all the mobs, you can look in every nook and cranny. The game does seem to have a reasonable amount of like secret stuff around. If you are into finding treasures and secrets, this is definitely a game where things are squirreled around. Projectile acid splash seeps through solid surfaces. Some creatures on this planet have special saliva that penetrates through surfaces. Oh God, okay, yeah, all right. I've been acetated, never mind. We've got some parts right there. We'll go ahead and pick those up. That can apparently be broken for a little bit of extra energy. There was a giant terrifying bug inside of that thing. I'm just gonna orbitally nuke them all with my missiles real fast. And then I don't know if there's anything back in and over in this corner. It doesn't appear to be the case that there is. We can drop down right there. That's what a treasure chest looks like in this game. The treasure chests are exactly the same as a treasure chest you would find in Diablo 2, or you would find in Last Epoch, or you would find in Path of Exile, or you would find in any other game. You open them, there is treasure everywhere. You enjoy that treasure. It makes you happy with the power of its luminescence and its various colorful qualities. This door right here, I think we need an access card to open it, but we don't have an access card. I've seen those around on other parts of the map. You know, we got like a werewolf thing over there. I'll kill him. Pistol sounds okay. It's a little bit punchy. It sounds all right. I think it could be punched up a tiny bit more, but it's not too far off base. There's a scar beast over there. Hold on. So there's a whole bunch of critters on the other side of that wall. Apparently there's one behind us too. I'm pretty sure the monsters in this game respawn. Like, they shouldn't incur into the area that you're, like, clearing. Like, I haven't been attacked from behind unless I was, like, aggressively backpedaling the entire time I was fighting, like, another pack. But, like, it does seem like the map does respawn as you're playing. So when you backtrack to go look at, like, stuff that you may have missed on like, earlier parts of the adventure, you may run into more bad guys. So we have a Tech 9000 is what we're rocking right now. There's a Taka 02 right there. It's got a slower fire rate, but it's got slightly higher damage. Sorry, I had to make an edit right there because I put a box of trail mix on top of my cat's bed, and he was throwing an absolute fit because he couldn't lay down and take his afternoon nap. We've got an alien emerald right there. This is your inventory. You can open it on up. Your character has various stats. As far as what I've seen so far, getting up a couple levels, I haven't seen a whole lot of diversity. Like, there's not like a talent tree or anything else like that. I would definitely recommend they implement something like that that gives you a few more abilities to play around with. It may exist, but I haven't seen it yet. So far, when you level up, you just get stat points, and you can put them into power, which basically determines whether or not you're strong enough to carry certain weapons. There's biofusion, which determines how much you get healed when you press the Q button. There's memory, which is your ability to identify guns. If you can't identify a gun, you can't equip it. Like you see this guy right here. We don't have enough power to equip that guy. There's also thermo-cooling, which basically determines the amount of energy you have for your rocket launcher and your stamina and like how long it takes to cool down. We do have a couple of guns here. We got a 5.5 on an 85 with that dark pistol, and we've got a 5.6 on an 83. I think that's probably going to be stronger. Yeah, that's definitely going to be stronger. So we'll rock that pistol for right now. The guns do have different appearances, but from what I've seen so far, your armor does not change when you equip things, and I think that for an action RPG, that's usually one of those things you want to get in there. Like, even with a project like Last Epoch, which I play quite a bit, my biggest disappointment in Last Epoch is just, like, the gear doesn't change enough as you go from level 1 to, like, level, 100. Like, it's just kind of negligible. Like, it gets a little bit better, but, like, meh. Like, the uniques don't have, like, an appearance or anything else. You are on an alien world where not everything is going to make sense to outsiders. Earth's logic most likely will appear abandoned here as you uncover alien tech, slightly different gravity levels, and intelligent life that tends to run away to mysteriously heal. Creatures and organisms that appear more deadly when destroyed than alive, turning into dangerous stones that can deal damage directly through your suit's protection. Keep alert to this alien civilization's anomalies and use that to your advantage. Okay, so apparently we've got some kind of buff right now. I don't know if the buff is going to show up inside of here so that I can actually like mouse over it and figure out what it does. Does not appear to be the case. I would definitely recommend they have some kind of panel or some kind of tab or something like that where you can look at the active buffs that are running across your character. It's displayed on screen right here up in the top left. It says shock buff. But, like, what does that mean? What is that bestowing upon me? You know what I mean? Like, what am I getting out of that relationship? Am I getting extra shot? Oh, this gun fires 3 bullets. That's kind of cool. I can dig it. I like it. Anyways, what does that mean? Like, I can see that my back is fizzling with, electro farts. But, like, how is that benefiting me? In addition, the character... Sometimes if the gun is fully lowered and you're like in the run animation, it'll look like he fires one shot before he brings his gun up to bear. It's another one of those things that's like a polished thing that should be cleaned up. Let's see. I don't see any bad guys around here, but there is another treasure chest, and I do love treasure. We've got an alloy chest plate, we've got some metal boots, and we've got another Taka. Okay, so this Taka right here is 5.2 with 83. We've got an alloy chest plate that gives us 2 armor, so I'll throw that on. We've also got some boots over here that are 2 armor, so I'll throw those on as well. I was trying to see if maybe my shoes or anything changed, but I don't think that they did. I just wanted to be 100% sure on that before I expressed it. It's a low-budget project, so it's possible that, like, getting different armor types and stuff like that may not be... Okay, yeah, that scared me. Ow! Ay, 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 ay. I don't even see what hit me. Hold on, let me scan. Okay, so we got enemies over here. There's that little turd. Don't run away. The enemies in this game are pretty evasive. Like, they will take a couple hits of damage, and they will bail on you pretty quickly. Like, they'll do, like, these little charges and whatnot. Oh, I overheated my weapon. The game does have a perfect reload system. If you overheat your weapon... you can actually click when it's inside, like, the little yellow... Here, I'll overheat it to show you. You can click when it's inside the little yellow bracket right there to instantly vent all of your heat and get back on the saddle with gunfire. I think he just hunkered down. He didn't even know where he was getting hit from. All right, we'll come back over this way. We've got, like, a plant or something over here, like some kind of...
Up here. Nice landing back there, Ace. Hope you don't shoot as good as you fly, or you're gonna be offline real soon. Why don't you come up here when you get tired of killing bugs, and I'll give you a nice hospitality welcome to my planet. My 700 DPU plasma rifle right to your face. I'm gonna make your teeth bleed, boy.
You look like a cybernetics model, but you don't sound like one. I detect a 5120 sound chip installed. Doesn't matter, you're scrap to me anyways. He's up there, and we can teleport up here to action. Oh my god, okay, yeah, he's kind of a badass. That hurt. That was kind of a small spot to fight him from. We may want to fight from elsewhere. Actually, we actually messed him up pretty good.
You didn't destroy me. My circuitry spirit lives in the cloud. I'll be back to deal with you later.
Fair enough. Did you drop any loot? You dropped the circuit? Okay. I'm like pretty beat up though, so we're gonna need to find some kind of healing device. What's going on over here? A power management unit. Okay. Well, I think I got it filled up. I fiddled with it for a little while, just doing like permutations and stuff to see what would happen. And it looks like the meter's full. Is this going to turn on now? Locked. You got to hack the console to open the container. Okay, well, I'm going to get my treasure first. Oh, there's an access card. We can go back and we can get into that room, which will undoubtedly have a chest of some kind inside of it. Hey, I got it. I don't know how I got it, but I got it. Apparently, it was a crate with a heavy pistol inside of it that does slightly more DPS than what we have, but ultimately probably not better than what we're already wielding. This game does have like a verticality to it that you should keep in mind. Like there are secret areas and teleport spots like squirreled away all over the place, and if you just kind of run looking at the ground, you're not going to find any of that. There's a coffin. Component security sequencer. So I think what it wants me to do is it wants me to make that combination right there. And I see two greens right there. And then I've got a pink right there. Hey, it worked. Intuition. Huzzah. And it's a dead guy in a box. Okay, so yeah, I harvested their organs, because why not? That's a normal thing that a well-adjusted human being... I don't even know if I'm a human being, never mind. I take that back. But anyways, we got an organ, which is a free full heal. We'll go ahead and teleport down real quick. We got some more buggos over here. Let's go ahead and wipe them out. I would like for you to be dead, and I appreciate the fact that you have now decided to listen to my warning and become dead. The ones with the shields, I haven't really figured out how to pop very successfully yet. There we go. We'll drop that guy, too. Kind of forge forward. I am going to be looking inside nooks and crannies, though, for any other kind of loot we can get into our personal possession. What am I rocking right now? I'm rocking 5.5 at 85. There's 5.7 at 84. It's got a slot, too, an access card. Oh, we got to go back for that door, huh? Okay, let's go back for the door real quick and see if we can lock that out. And as I recall... Oh, there's parts over here. Hold up. Yeah, there we go. We got a few more parts. I'm still not exactly sure what the scrap is used for. I think it's used to, like, fix our ship or something. But honestly, this game is so quiet about anything that's going on that it can be difficult to figure out. This is back to our ship, so we need to go back over and to the right. But man, the visual style of this game is just so stark, isn't it? Like, the environmental design is, like, top tier. It's a great-looking game on that front. Let's go ahead and drop down on in here, and we'll open this up. So there goes that door. We got another access card, and we got some free scrap out of the deal. So we didn't technically lose anything, I guess. They are shooting stuff at me right now. Ow. Weapons overheated, took a little bit of damage right there. It's okay, though. A little bit more energy for the stack. Get him with some missiles. He turned into a crystal. Don't go near those crystals. When the aliens die and they turn into a crystal, I don't know what the hell it means, but I can tell you this. It don't mean nothing good for me. If you walk near the crystal, bad stuff's going to happen to you. I don't know what this is. I'm actually kind of shocked that that worked. I didn't expect that to work. Oh, it's a healing spot. Nice. I'll take that. We've got a dark pistol, an alien amulet, and some boots. All right, I'll snatch those up. 2 armor, 9 shock resistance. They are flatly better than what we have equipped right now, which is weird. Apparently, they're magic boots. I guess magic must be of a higher quality than the... Oh, we got a legendary, too. So 3% to damage to enemies that are over 100 meters. So that's for, like, sniping. 5 poison damage. And then we've got 4% chance of crit. I'll take it. I mean, it's better than nothing. The other thing I might recommend is the addition of a hotbar with like 4 or 5 slots on it. There are a lot of consumables in this game, and it breaks up the flow of combat to be opening up the menu to right-click on a thing to activate it. If you had like a little hotbar, like 5 little plugins down here, you could just drag and drop it into the hotbar or something. That would be great, because there's all kinds of mods in this game that you can add to like your guns that make them fire faster for a couple minutes, or they make them shoot better for a couple minutes. Just sort of depends. All right, so since we got into that secret place, we got to go back this way. I think we've pretty much gotten everything on this side of the field, and so I'm not too concerned about weaseling my way through it anymore. There is this up here, and then I thought I saw... Oh, no. Okay. I missed my jump because I'm a poor jumping nerd. Every now and again, I've noticed that it feels kind of like the game is trying to auto-aim, almost like a console game. Like, you know how console, they have like aim assist or whatever? Every now and again, I'll be shooting at a spot, and it'll feel like my bullets will pull in a direction that is not that spot. It makes me curious if there's a possibility that there's some kind of aim assist that's still active. But I went through the options, and I didn't see an option to turn it off or on inside of there. We've got a silenced pistol, an alien emerald. What does an alien emerald do? An exotic green jewel. Right-click it to insert this weapon jewel to gain extra XP from every enemy. Yeah, I could do that. Do I have a gem slot on this thing? Oh, I don't have a gem slot. Okay. That one says it has a plasma beam. Oh, it's got a different secondary fire. That's the first gun I've seen in the amount, the small amount, admittedly, of time that I've played with the game that has a different secondary. I like the idea of having a death beam, though. That makes me happy. Yo! Sometimes you gotta death beam a kid. It is what it is. I don't want to be the dispensary of death beam, but if I have to be, I will be. We'll grab that right there. I don't know if there's a shop or any kind of currency or anything in the game. Oh, that was... Yup. Okay. Yeah, I'm enjoying this weapon right here. This is my new baby. It'll always be my baby. I'm gonna shoot a bug. Let's get up. Oh, no, I'm stuck. I'm inside the mist. It's all in my nooks and crannies. All right. Can I teleport up there? Nope. Doesn't look like there's a teleport up there. This is a really, really odd game, though. Like, it needs, like, quite a bit of polish to, like, various systems. But it's, like, very, very unique and weird. And ultimately, I feel like this developer has been making unique and weird stuff that's kind of janky for a long time. And I want, like, him to be enabled to keep making unique and weird stuff. Because his games have been getting iteratively better with each release. And so at some point, he's going to knock the golf ball off the tee just right. And it's going to be just like, mwah. And it's going to be super weird, and I like weird.
Remote sensors on your suit are showing your vitals have gone up a bit. What is it?
I think I found something.
What is it? Is the suit orange by any chance?
It's dark here, and it's hard to see colors, but yeah, I think it's orange.
It might be one of the crew of the Atlantos. The ship and its entire crew went missing a few years ago near this system. I have a bad feeling about this, sir. Perhaps you should return to the ship?
I'm going to investigate a little bit more. There's a slip gate up ahead. I'm going to go on through.
Sir, that might not be a good...
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you got to go through a slip gate. It looks like he had a heavy pistol that is not identified. There's a journal page. Day 7, no sign of the colonists. However, plenty of their tech has been found left behind, including guns, electromagnetic grapple points, access cards, etc. Equipment far native from this planet's species and history, so it would appear that the colony was building and progressing. Our team is finding tech and jewelry inside some of the creatures. No secret how it got there. Gruesome. Guessing that the ex-Earthlings might have been met with a bit more resistance than they anticipated. Our team will continue to search further. Okay. Now, you can only teleport through these gates right here, so make sure that your teleport is, like, fully on recharge before you try to go through. And then you can also jump over the top of stuff like that. When you die in this game, there doesn't seem to be any, like, massive penalty. It just takes you back to, like, whichever one of those big, giant white crystals you licked last, as far as I can tell. All right. Oh.
Sir, did you make it through okay?
Yeah, you might want to patch into my camera and look at this. I think I found the rest of the Atlantos crew.
Patching in right now. Oh my. Very creepy. I'm sure if I had hair on the back of my neck, I would be standing up right now. Sounds good, sir. Also, I'm detecting an organic sensor lock on a nearby door. You will have to destroy all organic life forms in order to open the door. Remember to use your scan to see any nearby enemies.
All right. We'll scan it up. There's also going to be spaceships that fly over from time to time that try to murder you. If you shoot them down, you get loot. So they're kind of like little loot pinatas that fly overhead. Just keep an eye out for them. Okay. I'm just gonna scan real quick. Apparently there's all kinds of buggy boys living in this. Ow, I've been struck. Oh, they're everywhere. I don't like this. It's okay, I've got my death ray. Every problem can be solved with the power of a death ray. Oh, my death ray didn't even get through his shield, bro. This is what depression feels like. Hurtful. Is there anything on the ground or anything over here? I thought I saw a pop. Oh, yeah. Got some scrap on. Can I shoot down the other guys? No. This gun right here sounds super wispy, and so they're definitely going to need to go back through and redo the sound design for a lot of the guns to make them feel a little bit punchier and plosive. That's a very, very, very important thing for a game like this, is like you can tolerate a lot of things, but guns feeling janky and guns feeling very wispy and lightweight is not one of them. Oh, yeah, there's a spaceship that just tried to shoot us from above. Yeah, he'll come back by. We'll get him the next time he swings through. Let me get my heal off right here. There we go. We got Blood Blossom. What does Blood Blossom do? It removes poison effects. Fantastic. We've also got another drone over here with some more scrap parts. We've got a Neoplasma. I guess I can go for the Neoplasma. What does it do? A non-conventional shotgun style with a narrow spread of multiple laser-style buckshot. It has no secondary? Oh, it does have a secondary. Yeah, okay. So it's basically like a plasma sprayer. Gotcha. I'm not swapping out my Death Ray. My Death Ray is too sexy, and Death Ray has been my best friend throughout the course of this entire adventure, and I shan't not betray Death Ray. I shan't, sir. I shan't. But anyways. Stop that. Oh, he hit me with like a nuclear explosion. The ship dropped something. Yeah, it dropped some scrap right there. I think that's what it dropped anyways. That's what it looked like it dropped to me, unless it dropped that thing over there. But yeah, let me talk about my observations with the game so far. I'll give you like a little 5-minute rundown, I suppose. An alien gemerald. So Earth Shadow is a weird one. There's a lot to go over here. So I think I'm going to start out with the good stuff, and then we'll work our way towards the things that I think the early access is going to need to iron out in order to put numbers on the board. Environmental design. This is the first one that jumped out at me. The game looks absolutely, positively fantastic. The game drips with a foreign kind of alien Giger theme trimmed with hyper-saturated vaporwave lighting effects, particle effects, explosions that look great, and fog that like obscures your vision and makes it it's a game that's like very, very kind of disorienting almost, but not in like a bad way. Like you can't find your way around. It makes the game feel very claustrophobic in a powerful way. It's good. It's haunting. It's menacing. I like it. Well done. The character design and movement also feel very good as well. Running, sprinting, dodging, blinking. They all feel satisfying. The jump still feels a little bit floaty to me, but they kind of explain that with the lore, so like, meh. I'm not going to harp on it too much. There are some animation bugs I ran into. Your pistol firing like that one shot as you're still drawing it upwards, but it comes out of the gun like straight towards the enemy. And then when I was vaulting a ledge, he kept firing his gun while he was vaulting the ledge using his hands to climb up, and the laser was coming out of the gun towards the bad guy while the gun was like kind of like perpendicular to his body while he was climbing. Little stuff like that needs to be polished out. The enemy AI is for the most part functional. It's an action RPG, so I'm not expecting like genius level tactics out of the AI, but they do get a little wonky and janky every now and again when there's a lot of them kind of like charging you. I think their nav meshes conflict or something like that, and it's definitely noticeable when there's a lot of enemies on screen. They'll be kind of attacking in weird directions and things like that. Gear variety seems okay. There seems like a lot of things that can drop, but I do think that there need to be more firing modes and secondary attacks and whatnot. A lot of the guns feel like they're just like pop, 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 like kind of like SMG machine guns, just sped up or slowed down. And so anyways, getting some different varieties of fire types in there and drawing from inspirational sources like Dead Space and Doom and grenade launchers and rocket launchers, all that kind of stuff would be really, really cool. There's a million different first-person shooters and third-person shooters out there that you could draw from, and I think that would definitely help out a bit too, because everything does feel a little bit machine gunny. The game could also use, I think, another layer of progression. There's a lot of items and like usables and consumables in the game, and I couldn't help but think, like, what if those were abilities that you unlocked as you leveled up, and then you actually had talent trees for things like the healing orbs, or the deployable drone, or some of the other little things that you have in your inventory, and you could, like, customize them out a little bit, just to accentuate that action RPG feeling, with a little bit more, without a little bit more for people to bite down on with regards to, like, the level ups feeling, like, really meaningful. I think the game is going to have, like, a little bit of a shallowness going on. Like, it's an action RPG. And so people like to kind of customize their builds and whatnot. As of right now, most of the gameplay is kind of like holding left click while using your super weapon attack whenever it's necessary. And like, I did have fun with that, and I did like the couple different secondary abilities that I saw, but I can't help but feel like a couple of, like, you know, a number of triggerable hotkey abilities that could be customized out into different elements and different like effects and things like that would help out break that mundanity. It's possible that stuff happens further on into the game, but I've leveled a bit and I haven't seen it. I do think that the level design is well done. I liked the levels. I felt like there was a lot of exploration. I felt like it was worthwhile to actually look around the levels and find chests and whatnot. They're small, but every single one has things to be discovered, including like puzzles and little challenges and things like that, like we saw today. As the early access progresses, though, those are the things that I would look at. The dank ruins and everything like that are super cool, but some more biomes and things, little stuff like that, like minor changes when you equip armor and things of that nature might help out. I already talked about the firing modes and how there could be like a number of different types of guns, grenade launchers, rocket launchers, all that kind of stuff. I think the dev has noticed that, though, because the last couple patches he's put out in the early access have added new guns. So keep at that. I think that's a good self-improvement area on the game. The sound effects are hit or miss. Some of the guns sound okay, they sound good, they sound punchy. A lot of the guns do not. And so getting those all up to the same kind of requisite level with pops and cracks and all that kind of stuff is going to be a good idea as well. Monster sounds, I think, could be a little bit louder, a little bit more threatening, a little bit more iconic. You know, that's just little things that I noticed. A lot of the guns tend to be like lasers, too. I think it would be cool to break that apart and actually get like some projectile weapons in there that actually have some Glock-like pop and crack to them and whatnot. Some lasers, all that kind of stuff. There's room for improvement on that end of the variety, but I do think the game has an okay foundation. And like, I do think the game with its first early access shows promise, so I would keep an eye on it, because the visual design flair of this game is like really, really, really good, and the gameplay is serviceable. But I think if we turn some nuts and, you know, if we turn some bolts and we hammered some things down and, you know, really fleshed out the gameplay and the gunplay and whatnot now, you'd be making something pretty cool. And so anyways, I'm going to keep an eye on this one. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we had Earth's Shadow. Tomorrow we will have something else. Thank you for sharing your limited time with me. I appreciate it, and I will catch you all later. Bye, everybody.